Well, good morning there. The question is the water going to wash the road out? Is the water going to wash the road out? That's the question. I'll take you for a short drive and we're gonna check something out. But the snow has been drifted in up here on the road ditch, and it's holding back hundreds of acres of water. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's starting to seep through the snowbanks. Take you for a drive. Okay, for those that are not familiar with snow, but this is the problem that us Minnesotans and Northerners have. But the snow that packs down into the ditches, and that is actually then like a little dam. It cannot get through the ditch, and it holds back water like you wouldn't believe. Like right now, the snow is going to, the water is bursting underneath the snow and is going to, well, you can see it right there. It's bubbling up from under the snow. So it's gonna, the water is cutting a channel underneath the snow. You can't see there's water under there. So if you were to go walk out on top of that snow, it ain't gonna be so good for you. That might be the end of you, actually. Let's see how much is coming. So just like that, the water hits that snow, stops, and then it's slowly going to eat away underneath. And you aren't going to believe the amount of water. I'm going to show you. We're going to show you. Hang tight. Okay, we've made it about a half a mile up to the intersection where there's a culvert underneath the road. And it is, pardon me, coming through the culvert. I have literally seen this, I don't know, this corner of the farm all underwater by 2 feet. That would be at least 60 acres, I'm guessing. But we'll turn the corner here. It's too bad it's so windy, it'd stick you guys out that window, but you can see how much snow is packed in here. I'm sure you guys didn't like that. It's cold out again, 32 degrees and cloudy. But I wish we had a zoom in on this here deal, because you wouldn't believe the ducks flying around out there. And it's way too early for me to start rambling on about something. I'm having all I can do just to talk and explain this situation. Here we got the full view of the water. Maybe 20, 30 acres over here. This here's a good 80 acres. I would guess it to be, I don't know, at least a foot deep, maybe 2 feet deep on some spots. I have seen this whole road system here. Road system? The whole entire road down here, all underwater before. Got another foot before that happens, but so you can about imagine once all that snow gets pushed out of that ditch, you know what that's going to be. It's going to be like pulling the cork out of the bathtub. Look out downstream. And that's when the old culverts in the township roads are put to the test. They don't always survive, especially if they're half froze up or something like that with snow and ice. That's usually when the road goes, it disappears. and then the township gets to throw some gravel or rocks back in, fixes it all up. But the idea of water heading north, like you guys up north of us, and the Continental Divide is actually just northwest of us here, couple, well, maybe it's 4 or 5 miles. That is not a good thing when you have water heading north in the winter, springtime. Focusing here on turning around, sorry. But you can about imagine the warmer temperatures in the south, melting the snow, and then that stuff has got to all run north where it's cooler, maybe more than likely more snow. Well, things don't work out so well for them guys, but that is a whole nother problem. Well, there you have it. I don't know. I told Chet that I had to show you guys this, so this is me showing you. Now, if this was all tiled, I don't know if anybody could afford the size of the tile, but the tiles, they are less prone for problems unless something gets in them, plugs them up. They could freeze up, but a bigger tile like this would take, chances are those would never freeze up. But this open ditch stuff, well, you've seen it, you've heard it. You've heard it here. I gotta get back to work because it is now 10 to 9 and they're gonna be wondering what in the world is that guy doing. So the real problem is right here. That little ditch here, that is what has to take that big, that big ditch. That little ditch back there is what has to take the big ditch up north a couple of miles, and things usually get exciting down here. I'll show you one more spot. It's right down at the bottom here. It usually tops the road right about here to right about there. So I'll see how the day goes. Maybe we can come back and show you, let's see, 2 o'clock? 3 o'clock? See how the day goes, but that's gonna look a lot different this afternoon, guaranteed. So stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back. Unfortunately, due to some bad camera settings, Dad's follow-up video of the water didn't happen. So we'll see if I can run up there this afternoon and see if it's opened up, or maybe Dad can do that again. But we have a special guest here at the farm today. Actually, maybe it's a new employee. Let's go see what's going on.
Together and then flip them over like a changing a tire.
Another training day. New employee.
Here we go. You want me to show you how to do that? Is that how this works?
I would love it if you could.
Give me some tricks. Well, I'm pretty good changing truck tires. I'm sure this is just the same thing as that.
I usually go till you hear plastic crack, and then back it off a turn.
I normally get longer bolts.
Yeah, I know. I thought about doing that.
It's not working. Oh, Brody's got the longer.
I do it. I'll get it already. You want to?
Yeah, they do sell these all put together and everything, but we like a challenge.
Too cheap.
They take 2 hours to put together.
Yeah.
Let's get 4 guys working on this.
I've heard a lot of pounding and beating over here for about 45 minutes, and they've got one wheel done.
I just showed up, so.
That one started. Can you run it like that? Should work fine.
Tony brought popcorn
Dinner
for
on
us.
the show.
You guys are doing a great job.
I appreciate it.
What's that?
Want to see my beaver?
How do you like it? Kind of small.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a bigger one.
You're not doing it. You just
No.
buy them.
Right.
We have
This way I
a.
can look at something I hate. Every day I walk into the office.
No, they're gonna be. I think you can do this for like $100. So, but the one I'm doing,
So we have a lot of beaver trouble around here with all the creeks and rivers and everything. So Randy's father-in-law traps beavers, and he got.
Oh!
Well, what that was, never had a crack when I'm tightening. That should be
that looks just fine, just that way.
Yeah, we're getting there, Doug. We're getting there.
Well, me and my
Anyways,
beaver, oh, yeah.
he caught a 70-pound beaver that Dad wants.
It's huge.
Wants tanned.
So we're gonna tan it.
Oh yes.
Yeah, bearing would be a good
I
idea.
haven't got too carried away yet, so.
Maybe Tony wants a beaver.
Hey, I'll shoot a porcupine and bring it back next time. How's that sound?
That would be cool.
I've heard they're too sharp. I could get stuck and bleed.
He's gonna teach us how to do this, I guess.
I've never done this before, but
He's
I got an idea.
He's got an idea that actually looks promising.
You got some tire lube?
I got some soapy water.
There you go. That's the same thing.
More humans that are much stronger than me.
Bring me another one!
He got it already.
How the heck?
He just comes from Montana just to show us, all up.
Brody, it's a new way to do it.
Except it's a little bit, I had the bolts a little too loose.
Unbelievable. He made that look so easy.
You got the rest of them.
I gotta show Tony I can do this too. Really easy. Well, you made that look a lot easier than it was.
You have more muscles.
Yeah. All right, we got to go unload some seed. First seed shipments in. We got to get out off of the guy's trailer. I think he's gonna make a couple of loads today, but we got 24 boxes showing up. So I'm gonna take them with the skid loader. We're gonna try a new thing. We're gonna put them in the new chemical warehouse, see if we got enough room. Kind of want them in there, keep them out of the shed. The big bifold door in the springtime in the wind really gets kind of aggressive with the wind does not like it. So we're gonna do this and hope they all fit. Let's just say that. So, remember when we put these slats down? That was not such a good idea because then we put gravel and P-rock in between the slats and then the frost has heaved this all up 2 inches. Kind of ugly. But this place is getting pretty full.
I need a ladder.
Yeah, we gotta make sure not to bury this row. And then we got to organize the varieties. Later varieties
Can we go 3?
need to be planted first. So yeah, hopefully 3 wide, 2 high. So the idea here is a lot of water and mud right there. So the little forklift ain't going to be able to function in that mud. So we're going to actually use the skid loader, carry it to him. He's going to organize it in the building.
Hog slats did not winter very well, so we'll more than likely be redoing that, all right?
Taking them out completely.
Yeah. all of the frost has gotten underneath them and lifted them up. So once again, the poor man's way is going to cost us in the end again. There's only one way to do things, and that's the right way. And we chose to do it the wrong way. So we'll get to redo it. Back and forth. Trying to keep the gravel from getting up here on the slats because, well, for those that you know, when you set them things down on little stones or something, they get stuck up underneath there, and then yeah, that ends up inside your corn in the planter, plugging up the row unit. Oh, that's when you really start having fun. What are you doing in our chemical warehouse?
I see all the fun.
Oh, it's fun, all right. What are you trying to do, Brody?
He's fitting pretty good. We got maybe about 12 more to go, so it should all fit in here. Just trying to organize it. It's nice having this little forklift where you can run in. The big forklift is too wide. You gotta set them so far apart, so this is nice. Oh, Toby, he's upset. What? What? Well, Tony Fast just took off, and he's going down to Sioux Falls for a wedding. Thought he'd stop in, and ended up doing a bunch of work on our planter. Then I turn around, and then Egg with Emma showed up.
Egg with Emma. Ag with Emma.
Hey,
So,
what?
it's the Minnesota accent. Just had to get it in there.
Oh.
Eggs with Emma.
Yeah. So she is here to
I'm
shoot
just
some
here to,
footage
yeah,
and hang out a little bit.
here to learn.
Yep. Well, Tony did all of our closing wheels on the planter, so you want to
He
put
took my
seed
job.
disc in?
Oh, perfect. I can do that. Yeah.
All right, just like that, she got here. Now she's leaving.
I'm leaving.
She's gonna drop a super awesome video, walking around the yard talking about some history of the farm.
Yeah.
Um,
Good. Some equipment
current stuff
some
and-
basic farming things. It's really good.
It's gonna be sweet. So I'll put the link in the description and go check out the video. Should
Yeah.
be out in 14 days.
14. Yeah. It'll be out like next week. So a week ago when you're seeing this.
Yeah. So sounds good. Thanks for coming.
Thank you
It's
for
awesome.
having me. It's
We
very
had
good
fun.
to see.
We even made a TikTok.
We even made a
She made a TikTok. We just
I taught them how to use the camera feature, no, the timer feature on TikTok.
I'll forget that by about
Tonight.
10 minutes.
It's okay. Happens to the best of us.
Alrighty.
Can we tell them hasta la pasta?
You can, but my video ain't over. You can say it.
Oh, well, we did it. Did it just shut off?
No?
I don't know how to use GoPros, but hasta la pasta, you guys. Catch you on the next video.
There we go. Me and Brody still got to work. But thanks for coming. I'm sure our paths are going to cross again in the future.
Probably.
So, watching the YouTube comments, a bunch of people said put a sticker over it. So, we're going to put a black plate over it, and we're going to put a Larson Farms logo on that baby to remember that, well, actually to cover up the memory. So we're going to drill and bolt. I mean, we can always take it off, or the next owner can take it off and either fix the grill or put their logo on it. So that shouldn't look too bad. We get drill and bolt, and maybe a little caulk to cover up any leaks. So should we just start one, and then we'll get it square with what we like? And
I suppose. Right there? Okay.
we gotta raise the hood up. Let's put a bolt in, and then we'll get it symmetrical with what we feel is proper. We want to follow the straight line, but it's kind of crooked with There's lots of choices here.
Straight.
I think it's pretty good. So my only concern, it seals up really nice except for in there, so we might have to go on the back side, open the actual hole up, put some sealant in there. This is to keep corn chaff, leaves, dust, whatever miscellaneous that's going through the air out of the radiator. So I don't want stuff sneaking in there. We should have put tape over it and then covered it up.
Yeah.
The tape that we ran half the fall last fall.
Tile tape.
So I've got a gray logo that I'm going to put on here, and cheap, easy fix. All right, that project's done until a sticker shows up. I actually went on the inside of the plate and squirted sealant through the mesh, which closed it up very nice. So that project's done. She's ready. So I did make it back up to where Dad was filming. You can see the water has gone down quite a bit. I would say about a foot and a half the water has subsided. It is definitely bubbling right there through the road here, through the culvert. Back here, I'll show you down the creek a little bit more. There is a lot of snow has been ate up since I watched the footage back, since Dad filmed it, but it's still definitely restricting the flow. But there's a lot of water, and this ain't an uncommon thing, so you might think this is severe flooding, but this is kind of what every spring is like up here. Snow's got to melt, the ground's frozen, culverts are froze, tiles are froze, water kind of sits. We're a ways away from planting, that's for sure. So here's a good example of what Dad was talking about culverts that are either froze up. Undersized is also a massive problem. That is actually what's occurring here. This is an undersized culvert. You can see the water from the algae that has floated up in the ditch to the shore. This almost topped this approach. When it tops and when the ground is thawing, it really can create erosion and wash out a road or an approach, or really Mother Nature has a lot of power. Man thinks they have a lot of power, but Mother Nature will, you won't stop it. So basically this side has gone down, 2 feet. And then on the other side of the culvert, it is at least another 2 feet lower than this north side. That's just restriction from the culvert that's undersized. It just can't flow through. So then if you have enough water upstream, it's gonna top this approach and it's gonna keep going. Also, hence the erosion. But the snow downstream is definitely not restricting the flow any longer. Like, this culvert's doing all it can, and it's got plenty more to eat. It just can't suck it down quick enough. Here's another great example, downstream a little farther, how Dad was explaining how the water will travel underneath the snow. As you can see, parts of that has collapsed and has been washed away, just like this is happening right here. But the water flows through the snow, or starts obviously at the bottom and starts eroding the snow as the current melts it. And that's why in the spring you stay out of stuff like this, because, well, you could die. Very high chance of it. But that's just another part of Mother Nature there, and just the way it is, plugs up ditches and stuff. But it's really cool to watch the water go downstream. So here's actually where the ditch kind of splits off, and we'll be heading through a guy's field here. But there's where actually it's coming out from underneath the snow right there. So it's eating the snow away, it's coming out, and then open sailing from here, it looks like. That's corn. That's corn right there. Never got tillage done. They actually harvested in, I believe, February or January or something, but it was a wet fall and they didn't get it out, so they got a mess now. I'm glad it isn't my field. We've been there, we've done that. 2008 was a nightmare. We had a ton of acres like that, but just weren't set up with the equipment, didn't have the time. Ground froze up, had the combine on the frost actually, and most likely what they'll end up doing with this is they'll burn it off. They have combine it. This edge here is actually standing corn yet that drifted in with snow that they couldn't get it. But they'll most likely burn that off and then go in and till it in the spring with maybe a vertical tillage tool or a field cultivator is what we used. So this is actually a different case or scenario here. They did get this harvested in the mud, just like we were doing, as you've seen us struggle with it. We weren't the only guys. Every single farmer up here was fighting the mud, just like we were. But they didn't get tillage done. Extremely wet, didn't get tillage done. This will probably be another scenario where you'll burn it off and try to knock down the ruts and everything. It's not ideal, but it's the cards that you're given, and it's farming. It's farming. If everything was perfect, everyone would do it. The variables are too many to name. Too many to name. Anyways, guys, that's going to be the end of this video. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And I hope you enjoyed it. Go check out Emma. Link in the description. Should be a cool video. And we'll see you in the next one.